Alright, hello my artist friends, what's good? How y'all doing? Hope everyone has been doing well, taking care of themselves. This is for my artist friends on Linux. Okay? Either ones that have been a long time cool on Linux or has been, new to Linux and is trying to start out. So real quick, for ones that have been using Krita, if you had used Clip Studio Paint in the past, don't worry, it is definitely possible to use Clip Studio Paint even on here, and I'm going to show you how this works. So first things first, I want you to go ahead and give a shout out to this person right here, this user right here, CCJ. He will teach you how to get this to work with Clip Studio Paint. Whether it's Clip Studio Paint, I believe EX it'll work too, but I think he also says that there would be a bit of animation issues with the EX version. So right now all I know how to work with is the Paint version, and I just draw stuff. That's all, you know what I mean? Because I'm trying to be an aspiring artist, learn how to draw, learn how to do all this stuff. So if you want, you can take a look at this video when it goes to the animation side of things, see if it will work out for you. But right now this is just for the tablet portion to know how to get this to work. Now obviously, hopefully this won't matter if the makers of Clip Studio actually sit up there and make a Linux version of this, but we will have to see if that time ever comes. If not, thankfully you have Krita there for some. I think Krita does animations as well, if I'm not sure. You can go ahead and check and see from there. But with that being said, let's get started. So first things first, what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to open up your console. So, or in this case, if you're on Windows transferring over to Linux, you have to open up your command prompt. It should be you should just put down console, like that down from there, and you should be able to see it from there. So when that's done, then you put down wine CFG. Let's start from there. Let's get that out the way. That way hopefully there won't be any issues. So your Windows version, don't matter what it is, like if you're gonna change it, okay, change it, but when it goes to Clip Studio Paint, it must work for Windows 8.1. It does not work for Windows 10, and it does not work for Windows 11. I have tried. I've tried a couple times. I kept getting hit with errors. But, it always had an issue when it goes to 8.1. Now, I'll go ahead and show y'all this at the end of the video, just to show it does not work. Do not try it. But for right now, just have it at 8.1, and you should be good. Now, aside from that, there's more, obviously, that you're going to have to do to get this to work. So what you're going to have to do is open up Wine Tricks. You should have it, you should have it in Linux, especially when you're installing Wine, which you're going to need when it goes to running Windows software. You're going to have to go to install a font, and then you try to install core fonts. If it's, if you don't already have it, make sure you install core fonts. Then when that's done, you go to install a Windows DLL or component, and there's two things you're going to have to install. You're going to have to install the DXVK, the main one at the end, which is Vulkan base, as for what it says. You download that one. Then you go all the way down, and then you install the VC Run 2019. Now, I don't know if 2022 works, and I'm not trying to find out if 2022 works. If you want to go ahead and do it, feel free. Go ahead and do it and check back with me. But for right now, as far as I know, I think it's 2019 is the one that works for this. You can do 2022 and find out, but for right now, from what I'm saying, it's the 2019 one. When you've done installing both of those, then you go ahead and you grab your Clip Studio Paint exe file that you use to install the product, and then when that's done installing, then you activate Clip Studio. Now, with this being said, you should have the option to log in to Clip Studio. So for me, I've already did it. So that's why for me it won't pop up here, because I think once you install it, once you install it from here, uh, that's it, I guess, if I'm right. So be mindful. It might be a one-time thing. Now, the activation code situation, this might be another problem that you have. You see when you click activation code, nothing pops up. So this is what we're going to do. You click draw, right? You click draw. Clip Studio Paint should activate, and it should be good. As you can see, it has activated for me. You see where it says Clip Studio Paint Pro? That's the full product. This is the full product. Now you're wondering how exactly they're going to get this to come up with the full product. You have it right here where it's like, okay, it's a trial version and you only got so many days, and then after that you can't save, blah blah blah. You can't add in water brushes, at least I don't think so. So what you do is you go here and then you go to get license. And it'll say, oh, okay, this won't pop up here, but it'll pop up here where it says you already have a license. And then you click on it, and then it should give you the option whether or not you have an activation code or whether or not you have, like, another key or product. Then you go to it from there, and then you trigger the activation code. Now, if that does not work, which I'm going to assume it did not work, don't worry, there's another option. The other option is you grab a virtual machine. You grab a virtual machine like I have it here, which is Oracle VirtualBox. And then of course you install Clip Studio Paint from there. Let's open it up. Now obviously I'm going to blur this out with some pictures just to show you. Just to show you exactly what I'm referring to. So then what you do is you click on activation code from inside the virtual machine, and then you should be able to, actually I don't gotta blur nothing out, and then you just you put down your code from there, and then you put down submit, and then after that it should work. Now when that's done, when you got that submitted and that all works, that's all processed inside Clip Studio. If you had already signed in, this is already tied to your account. That account code you had, the activation code, is tied to your account, so you can activate it wherever it is you want to activate it in. So when that's done, we're going to go ahead and exit out. We're going to exit out of here. And then after that, you go back into Clip Studio Paint Pro. You go to help. You go to get license. And then you try it again. This will pop up, but then you try it again where it says you already have a license. And then when you go to, and then when you look on the top of the screen, it should have the product, the activation product that you have. And then after that, you should be good with having to use Clip Studio Paint full time with no problem. So as you can see, I could draw and do all this crazy shit. Now, there's one more thing you do have to do before you get started. You go to preferences, and then you go to tablet, and then you click this button right here where it says coordinate detection mode, and then you go to use mouse mode in tablet driver settings. You click on that, and then after that you should be good. So don't worry about your pen pressure, don't worry about all your other stuff not being able to be usable. You can use all of it in there. Now I'm not using my tablet, I'm only using my mouse because this is just to help y'all out as a setup. But other than that, you should now be able to use Clip Studio Paint or Clip Studio EX however you see fit. Now I don't know how the animation things go. You're gonna have to look back at that video that I showed you as an introduction. But other than that, it should work out the way that you want to work out. Now, if you're wondering why doesn't it work for Windows 10 or Windows 11 version when it goes to Wine CFG, I'm about to show you why it doesn't. So let me go to Windows 10. If it does work, I'll be shocked. I would actually be shocked. So we swap to Windows 10. We're going to open up Clip Studio again. And then we're going to see if it worked. If it works, again, color me fucking shocked. But I won't be surprised. So as you can see, it will hit you with an error. Wine DBG error attached to PID 20260. It'll hit you with this error every time. Now I'm gonna do it again, but this time when it goes to Windows 11, and it'll be the same damn thing. I don't know if it does work for Windows 8 or Windows 7, but as far as I know, this only happens when it goes to anything after 8.1. I don't know about anything before 8.1, but I know anything after and it won't work. Yeah, as you can see, same thing, 0394. It's different error codes that they'll give you for why it doesn't want to work. Now we could go ahead and try, I don't mind having to try Windows 8 or Windows 7. That's fine. I could go ahead and do that. We're going to try Windows 8. Yes, I could pin it under here, but I already have it pinned under my tab. As you can see, you can right click here and you can go to pin the task manager and it will pin it. Now, it will only work for Clip Studio. It will not work for, as you can see, it won't work for Clip Studio Paint. So yeah, okay, it'll actually work for Windows 8, regular Windows 8. Okay, cool. So I'll try one more time, and it'll be for the famous Windows 7 that everyone loved back then. Even I loved it. And we'll see if it works with that. Alright, this is with Windows 7 version, and yeah, it works with Windows 7 version. So yeah, anything before 8.1, it will work. Anything after 8.1, it will not work. So there you go. I hope that helped you guys out with how to get Clip Studio Paint to work. Till then, y'all have yourself a good rest of the day, night, evening, and I will see you guys for the next tutorial. Well, we'll find out when that'll be, whenever it comes around. Take care of yourself. Don't be a dickhead. And if you're an artist, draw well. Be great, and help out your fellow new artists whenever you can. And if you're a Linux artist, I hope this helps you out, an existing Linux artist, one that continues to use the product. I hope I just helped you gain your a new art product for you to use. So you have Clip Studio Paint you could use, and now you got Krita to use. There's also Fire Alpaca you could use too. But so there you go, you got 3 art programs. Till then, bye.